Good afternoon, traders. Today we will be doing something a little bit different other than breaking down the market. Today I'll also be breaking down NVDA, which is one of the bigger tech stocks right now that is waiting in QQQ. And so what we want to do is to look at all these stocks where Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and are doing to better gauge an understanding of where QQQ would likely go next. So I did a video of that a couple days ago for those big tech stocks, and now I'm going to do one for NVIDIA. And so let's get into it. So right now I'm looking on the daily chart for NVIDIA, and so far I drew this rising wedge, and I think a couple weeks ago, and it's more of for a visual guide. You can see back here it was acting as resistance and coming up here as well. You can see we had another rejection right there and another rejection right there. So it's a valid resistance when it's over 3 touches. Same thing as the support down here once, sort of here twice. It's third time. Now we are outside of that. We have broken through it. Technically, it's more for a visual guide because you can, let's say I just move this line a little bit, and you can say we're still in it. But the overall big picture is this rising wedge. Let's say we get another big candle like that, then it's a for sure break, and we couldn't argue with that any other way. So we kind of like just make this like that, right? So it has to be at least somewhat touching, and if we get another big rejection from NVIDIA, then it's a confirmed head and shoulders. So let's show you guys here. So this is the right side of the left side of the shoulder, and this is the head, and now this is the right shoulder. So right when we break this neckline, then it's a confirmed head and shoulders, which is a bearish pattern. And the psychology of it means of a head and shoulder is going from an uptrend into a neutral trend. And once you break that neckline, then it becomes a downtrend. That's why it's a bearish pattern. And so right now we are looking at to see if we can actually break through that neckline or not. And today QQQ was up 2% and NVIDIA is flat. That means it's having relative weakness. So when something like that happens, NVIDIA was leading the entire way up. So this is the lead bull. You can see how much we have moved from the bottom here. 158% since October. And then you go to like something like QQQ, right? Give me a second here. QQQ. So QQQ has been up roughly October low, 25%. Of course, an index is not going to go up 150%, but as you can see, if you compare NVIDIA to any other stocks like Google or Amazon, it's nowhere comparable to 150%. Meta was kind of close due to how much it's dropped over the last year. But so right now, if we do see NVIDIA start rolling over, it's going to affect QQQ as well and broader market. So that's what I'm looking for. And that's what I'm still shorting the semiconductor sector due to it being a lot weaker than QQQ itself. So when QQQ starts consolidating, let's say QQQ have a slight pullback, then the semiconductor sector is going to pull back even more. And you can see we're up 2% today. And for the semiconductor sector, SOXX, we are up 0.8. And you can see, where's my relative SOXX? So let's check out the relative weakness of the chart. So SOXX divided by QQQ. We can see the relative strength and relative weakness of it. So you can see it in here. We're just consolidating. And today you can see relative weakness. It's a red candle. Red candle means the semiconductor sector was weaker than QQQ. We had 1 day here of relative strength, and now we're confirming a downtrend on this relative weakness chart. So that's the reason I'm still holding, even though QQQ was up 2% today. You can see, you can actually see this line here. Give me a second. So this relative support, once we broke through it, we bounced, retested area, and then bears took over again. So that's a good sign for the bears and for the semiconductor sector bears. And as well as NVIDIA is a large holdings in the semiconductor sector. So if this rolls over, then likely it'll drag down all the other semiconductor stocks like AMD and TXN, all the other ones as well, and TSM. So we'll see how it goes. So what I want to see is so we get a slight red day on QQQ. I want to see NVDA being a lot more red than QQQ, as well as the semiconductor sector. And tomorrow we have bank earnings coming up in pre-market. So the thing is, the tech sector holding for QQQ, there's only like 1.2% holdings in QQQ that is like financial related. So it's not going to directly affect QQQ. But if, let's say, we get really bad earnings for banks, SPY is going to tank and drop really a lot. If SPY is dropping a lot, QQQ is not going to just, rocket if other indices are dropping. So it's more of a sentiment issue for QQQ and SPY when the financial sector reports earnings tomorrow. It'll be start reporting tomorrow, and it'll go into next week. And so we have to see if it comes in good or not. And if it comes in good, then XLF, the financial sector, may go up, and potentially we have another leg up for QQQ. Because if you go to the QQQ chart right now, there's no red flags, right? So this is a daily chart. You can see we are just in a beautiful daily uptrend, also in a weekly uptrend as well. And right now I would say that yesterday is more of a double bottom. We broke by 30 cents, but that was like in the last 5 minutes of the trading. And then we broke through it and we just came right back up. But we just didn't have enough time to really test it. So it's more of a double bottom. And now we are back up again. And we broke through all the resistance, all this chop fest 4 days. But we still have this little area right now between 318 and 320. So we'll see if bulls can follow through and test this prior resistance area where we rejected from earlier last week. So that all depends on the bank earnings. So there's a lot of fears on earnings recession, although it's kind of priced in for some of them because analysts has been lowering some of the expectations of the earnings. And yeah, as of now, I will still be holding my SOXX short, which is I'm buying in the leverage ETF of SOXS. That's the 3x leverage ETF short for semiconductor sector. And yeah, I will update you guys tomorrow and over the weekend after we could see some earnings coming in, and we'll have a better understanding of is this quarter going to be the earnings recession quarter or it's going to be the next one. And the big tech stocks are reporting around early May, so we still got like 2 to 3 weeks. And I think the earliest one will be Tesla reporting, and that the rest of the Apple, Amazon, Google's will be looking into late April and early May. And the semiconductor will be reporting after the big techs. So we still got quite a bit of ways to go before we see those earnings coming. And yeah, I'll be up for tomorrow's bank earnings, and I will see you guys around. And if you guys got any questions, let me know, and feel free to subscribe. I'll update on the markets every day, and see you guys around.